Hey fam, welcome back. Hopefully you're doing good and having a great day. For not, please let me know to do help you. Until then, I have another video from Bo here. He is making us aware of some things that have happened behind the scenes that no one is really seeing. So there's a lot of things to talk about here in this video. I saw a little bit of it and had to make a video about it. Let's get into it.
And that's kind of what I've been wanting to talk about is the H1B fee announcement. So basically, Trump signs this executive order, and I'm sure everybody has heard of it by now, right? It's the $100,000 fee for all the H1B visas. And, all the MAGA folks, if you look on Twitter and all that, they're like celebrating like they won the fucking war. Finally, America first. Really, bro? Really? Is that what you think happened? And I'll break this down for you guys. Just take Amazon is like a perfect example of this. They made $575 billion last year. You think they give a shit about, say, $1 billion bill for their H1Bs? It's like dropping a quarter in the parking meter for them. And they probably have a higher budget for their coffee alone for their office workers. It's insane. I'm going to explain to you why this is not a win and all the other stuff that just rubbed me the wrong way when you factor in so many other things. So what they didn't mention at the beautiful signing ceremony he had is that this doesn't apply to over 500,000 foreign workers already here that are taking the jobs. Sounds very America first.
Yeah. So what's interesting to me to think about is that we see more and more Americans jobless, homeless, struggling to eat, while at the same time bringing in more and more and more foreigners. Why do you think that might be? It's because they are going to pay them slave wages and refuse to pay us so that they can make a profit. Giant companies have been posting record profits, as Bo has said many times on his channel. While the rich get richer, the poor are getting poorer, and it's mainly us that are getting poorer. This is why I tell you guys, you have to escape the cities. Find a good group of people to go and found your settlements. Because if you think the people that pay your wages give a fuck about your living expenses, your way of life, the fact that you still breathe, they don't. We are watching what I call the great replacement, because the people that they're bringing in will be more than happy to just do as they're told. Whereas here in America, we're very rebellious. We are very rebellious. And a corporation that's looking to make as much profit as possible, they don't want anything to do with that. So they're going to do everything they can to bring in good little worker bees, and they'll also do everything they can to convince you to believe that it's in your best interest for this to happen. Hence the reason why MAGA has been so successful. I've also said this many times on my channel as well, that it does not matter which way you vote. You can't vote your way out of this. Neither side is going to pick your side. Both sides have been compromised by special interests. And that's just the truth. And until we recognize that, everything's going to continue to get worse.
It only affects new applicants. So the existing displacement machine keeps running full capacity for them, right? So while everyone celebrates the victory, like we just crushed the entire H1B program, you're going to go ahead and grab the Fell For It Again award. You understand? So this shit gets funnier and funnier. The more you read about this, the more disgusting it actually gets. This is the same guy who's supposed to be America first, right? The same guy who spent 4 years talking about China.
Not just him. It seems as though the people who are moderate are the people that are coming to an understanding and really being blackpilled at just how compromised this fucking country is. I don't think MAGA people have really woken up just yet. You woke up a little bit, but now you got to wake up to what's actually happening, that both red and blue are working hand in hand, who are bought off by special interest to fuck you over, to keep you in these slave wages, to keep you working, to keep you miserable, to keep you controlled, while they get to do whatever the fuck they want. And guess what? They just sealed up the Epstein files. same day that Charlie was shot. Do you really think that they fear accountability?
China being our biggest threat. Do you guys remember that? China, the China virus. He also announced, I think a couple of weeks before this, bringing in 600,000 Chinese students. Obama brought in 300,000.
I hear so many stories about we're not going to allow their students, or we're going to allow their students to come in. We're going to allow, it's very important, 600,000 students. It's very important. But we're going to get along with China.
600,000 Chinese students. Do you want to know why that is? Because our woke universities are dying and enrollments are down at least 20% since COVID. They've actually already admitted this. So the admins with their
When I was in college, I saw that myself. I saw Chinese students coming in. I saw that. So I'm not surprised that would be happening. I'm gonna let the man speak.
multi-million fucking dollar salaries are watching this entire scam fall apart. And here comes China with basically what amounts to like a $40 billion check, essentially, because that's what 600,000 students paying around 40 to 50K each, if not more, because they pay double to triple. So each of these kids are paying this much. That's a fucking lifeline. That's the deal with the devil that we just made. And I'll circle back to the H1B shortly here because I see a lot of people are asking about it. I remember being in college. I don't know if it's different for you, but I was dead broke. I was eating peanut butter jelly sandwiches, not the store brand, or I should say the store brand shit. I couldn't afford the Skiffies or the Jifs. That was my breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I wasn't even able to spend more than $50 on food, working 2 to 3 jobs, almost failing classes because I didn't have time between fucking work and homework. That was the experience for me. But the experience, and I would say for the average American, what do you think the experience is for these rich Chinese students, though? If you've ever seen them around campus, they're loaded with money, full of fucking luxurious cars, watches, clothes. That's a far cry from the average American's experience. And then people are saying, so what, bro? They're rich, right? Who cares? Well, when you dig deeper, under Chinese law, and I shit you not, every single one of these students can be legally compelled to spy. Every single one. And I'm not.
So it wasn't enough that beside almost every single Air Force base, there is a plot of Chinese land that is here in America. But now we are bringing in hundreds of thousands. That has already that's already been happening for a while now. But 2 times the potential of a infrastructure threat to our security. Explain to me how this is America first. Another thing to think about too is that we have our own students who are having hard enough time just to eat. When I was going to school, I had to take out student loans because the money that I was making for my disability was not enough. The money that I was making with my part-time job was not enough. The stipend that the VA was giving me was not nearly enough. They want to give you $700 for a whole fucking month. That doesn't even cover food for the fucking month. How the fuck is that supposed to cover the entirety of gas, food? How the fuck is that supposed to cover any other necessary expenses? I regret going. I really do. I regret it. Every day was a struggle. Especially when I didn't have those student loans. Every day was a struggle. And now I have to pay that off. Don't know how I'm going to do it. I guess we'll figure it out. And then we bring in people that are a potential threat to America. So while our American students struggle to eat, to pay for gas, to pay for necessary expenses, food, water, electricity, their fucking mortgage, their rent, we are bringing in people that are a potential threat to our infrastructure. If this doesn't show you that both sides are bought off by the same people, there's no helping you at all.
Saying they will, right? But they can and they will because it's written into law. Go read up on this. I'm not bullshitting you. It's called the 2017 National Intelligence Law. We are inviting 200,000 CCP spies. They are legally compelled to spy on us. Winning, give me the awards for winning. So your kid's paying $200,000 potentially for a degree, working 3 jobs, eating ramen, sitting next to someone whose government might be using them to steal whatever the research your tax dollars funded, and we're celebrating a fucking H1B fee. International students are 6% of enrollment, but they provide almost 30% of the fucking tuition, you guys. If you looked at Northeastern University, it's 67% foreign students. What? And NYU, I think the numbers were 27,000 international students. And Trump himself has admitted this, that he literally said, I think quoted verbatim was, the college system would go to hell quickly without these Chinese students, without these foreigners. And it gets even more sick, right? Because while we're all arguing about the $100,000 fee and all this bullshit, the State Department just quietly accelerated, I shit you not, green card processing for Indians. Like Indians currently waiting for EB-5 visas.
My question is, why is it specific? Why is it specific? Why is it specific to Indians? Because we didn't approve a green light for Germans, for Australians, for the Japanese, for the Spaniards. Why Indians? It's a great question. If you guys happen to know that answer, please let me know down in the comment section.
Just jumped forward 15 fucking months. EB1, 12 months forward. All the other EBs, like 3 months each. Speedy processing of green cards. What? Do you know what that means in real numbers? We're talking 300,000 Indians who came here on H1B since 2019. They get to stay here. So much for winning. Then, hold on. 71% of H1B workers are already Indian. So are you tired of winning yet? You think this is a win? And they get fast-tracked permanent residency. Is this what you voted for? And then the full picture is this. So let me spell it out.
While our veterans are suffering and forgotten about, we're bringing in foreign people and putting them above people who served this fucking country. It sickens me to my very fucking core that I served this fucking country. I am disgusted. Not at what I did. Not many people have the gall to do what I did. Yes, regular military, sure. Looking back at it now, I'm just disgusted. These people don't fucking care. The sooner we wake up to it, the sooner we can do something about it. But we all got to wake up to it. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to wake all of us up to realize what's actually going on. I've said this for a while now, and I honestly believe it. Our country is already gone. We are watching the downfall of this nation. We just haven't seen the spiral begin to happen just yet. But we're right there. We are being replaced by foreigners, and companies are incentivized to do so. We're all being told to hate each other because of the way we believe, who we vote for, as if the vote even matters. This is what's happening behind the scenes. This is exactly what's happening behind the scenes. I'm not going to go through this whole video. I might even do this in sections. I don't know. But I've been looking into a lot of other things here recently. And I'm telling you guys, when you begin to realize that, one, I had already knew that J.D. Vance and Peter Thiel had a connection. What I didn't know is that Peter Thiel had a connection to Jeffrey Epstein. And Jeffrey Epstein had a connection to Israel. So, Peter Thiel, founding Palantir, the fact that they have direct involvement in our elections, well, a lot of things become clear. I'm sorry, guys, but this is all that I can muster today. This is all that I have the mental fortitude to really handle right now. So I'll link the full video here in the description below. take a look at it. Bo's got some good stuff. I do want to read a couple of the comments, though. Men don't truly understand that we are all our own. It's only the beginning, as we've seen with the fall of Rome. That was just what I was saying earlier. A financial collapse today in a homogenous country is better than a financial collapse tomorrow with diversity. Yeah. Key words: homogenous, diversity. As I've been telling you guys, our natural tendency as humanity, animals, is to collect together in smaller tribes. That's just how we are. Such a vast control for a country. It's very hard to maintain for a long period of time because of the diversity. And so when you have something so homogenous, people are going to want to help each other out versus diversity because you're going to want to help yourself. We'll read one more. They talk about Americans not being skilled for what? All these companies make garbage. Yep. You look at our streets today, how our bridges are built, how our houses are built, how our cars are built. It's all trash. You'll still buy them because you'll be told to. Can't have anything today without a credit score. Say what you want. Karl Marx was right. Capitalism eventually leads to communism because of the human condition, because of how corruptible it can be. I hate communism just as much as the next red-blooded American, but you have to admit he was right about that. Well, guys, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up. This video helped you out. Please like, share, subscribe, join the family. I'd love to have you join. I want you guys to join me in an effort to change this country, change the culture for the better. We have to preserve our American way of life because it is silently being snuffed out, as you can see here. And so if you truly care about this country, like I do, I fought for you guys, and I'm fighting for you now. So please fight for me too. If you guys happen to have any more information on this topic, please let me know. I'd love to take a look at what you guys have. Sources, links, whatever. Remember to take care of yourselves, both mind and body. Take care of each other. I love you all. Wish you a lovely day. I'll talk to you guys soon.